Alright, hi everyone, good morning. I'm just chilling out, listening to some SNES music and drinking some coffee, and I'm about to work on Deathball, which is my turn-based tactics game. This is my main project now. It was my main project for a while, a couple of years ago, and then I paused it for a little while I worked on Ghost Grab 3000 and Singled Out, and now I'm back on it as my main project, which is cool and exciting. Thanks for joining me. What I'm going to be working on today is some pixel art, and I do all my pixel art work in Sprite, which is a really awesome pixel art program. How are we doing? Anyone watching? Feel free to drop in the chat, say hi. I'm playing a playlist of game music. It's mostly pretty chilled out. Right now I've got these Sam Griffin guitar covers of Final Fantasy music. He is really, really good, so check him out. So I'm going to be working on a bunch of stuff like this. This is one of my sprite sheets for my kind of basic monster type. And in the next update of Deathball, I'm adding 2 new monsters. So I'll be doing the graphics for those, the pixel art for those today. And that should see us through for a good stream length. I'm drinking black coffee, no milk, no sugar, which is the way coffee should be drunk. So, let's have a quick look at the state of the game. So I've reworked a lot of the code on this in the last month or two. I've changed all the like the menu system and the menu graphics and the code. All that is a brand new set of code that I made for my more recent games, and I replaced it all. I've put in controller support, keyboard support. I've added a lot of stuff to like kind of the previewing of actions and attacks, so you can see a little more information about what's going to happen before it happens. For anyone who's not familiar with the game, this is inspired by Into the Breach, in that you can see what your enemy opponents are going to do before they do it. So for example, this guy here is going to move onto this tile in the next turn, and that means I can intercept that if I don't want that to happen, or I can avoid it, or I can push enemies around and kind of make sure that certain things happen in my favor. So for example, if an enemy is going to attack a tile, I can push another enemy into their way, and then the other enemy will get attacked. So you can kind of, trigger them to hurt each other that way. Your players are very weak, and they'll be killed with 1 hit, and they can not do much damage. So right here you can see he only does, let me turn these on. He only does 1 point of damage. You see that in the bottom left corner down here when I hover over. So that's not a lot, whereas these enemies do over here, you can see 3 damage. So with a couple of hits from another enemy, they can be killed. So one thing I've added is like all this kind of preview here, like the way the arrows animate to show like the knockback effect. That grey arrow underneath my cursor here, and the kind of ghosted sprite that's hovering behind him. That shows like where he's going to be pushed when I hit. So if I hit him, push, there he goes. So now he's going to attack an empty space instead, which is much better for me because I don't get hit. There you go, there he missed. I've also got the ball. The ball is quite important when it comes to scoring points in this game, but it can also be used as a weapon. So I can shoot the ball and that goes directly down towards the finish line at this end, and it'll push anything it hits and damage and also stun them. So it's kind of a long range weapon, but it's also a useful item for scoring points. So you don't want to kind of throw it away recklessly because you'll need to go and get it back. But I'm going to throw it at this guy and just push him, just to demonstrate that. And then this guy I can use against him. So he's going to attack, he's going to move one space ahead of him, and he acts first. You see, like above his sprite it says order 1 and this guy says order 2, so that means he's going to act first and then he's going to act second. He'll act third, although he's stunned, so he won't actually do anything, and then he'll act fourth. That means if I push him,
as it so happens,
when he let me just
thank you for this
let me just skip the talking in this video. So I'll push this guy. He will continue to try to move in the same direction, but he's going to be blocking that now, which means that this guy will attack him instead. If enemies try to move and then something's in their way, they will automatically switch to attacking. So let's try that out. So I push him. He's not stunned because my attacks don't stun, and there we go, he attacked him on his turn. One thing I changed in the previous update was that if an enemy tries to attack or intends to attack, and then their target moves out of the way, then they will now attack an empty space instead. Before they reverted back to a movement, so they can switch from movement to attack, but now they can't switch from attack back to movement automatically if the situation changes. So I'll show you what that looks like. If I just leave this guy here, bring this guy up a little bit there. He's going to wake up. He's going to wake up. So this enemy's intending to attack my guy here. I'll move him out of the way and just tell him to rest. He can rest. He's now going to attack an empty space. So that does change the way battles are played a little bit. Before you could kind of lure enemies to step back into the way of another enemy and get them to attack each other that way. But this change made a lot more sense with the new raptor enemies that I've added. Because they move 2 tiles. It got very overwhelming if I kept it the old way. So I'm trying this new way out. I think it works for the better. If you played the game before and you want to play the new version, let me know what you think of this change. So I'm just going to race ahead, win this stage, and he can skip through here into the finish line and make a touchdown with the ball. So I finished the stage, so I got 1 star. I crossed the line with the ball, so I got another star, but I didn't do it within the turn par, so I missed out on the third and final star. Each stage has a par, and that's how many turns you should be able to complete it in. If you do so, then you get that star bonus. So you see on this one here is an 8-turn par because it's a little bit bigger and a little bit harder. So I'm just going to use some cheats to skip through and get to the new enemies that I've added. So this is the Talon Trials, starring the new Raptor enemies, or what name did I go with? Snapter. That's what I'm going with right now. Maybe it's not a final name, I don't know, I quite like it. So the difference with these guys is that they can move 2 tiles at a time. All the other enemies so far have moved 1 at a time, except for the Red Horn, who does a long charge attack in a line, but his basic movement is still 1 tile, whereas these guys move 2 at a time, so he will end up right here. His attack is still 1 tile range, so he can only attack things that are next to him. If you block his attack like I do here, if you block his movement, it will change to a movement and an attack. So that's a new bit of AI behavior that I had to add for this version. If an enemy has a long range movement and you obstruct it, they will move as far as they can and then do the attack on the final step. So I'll show you what that looks like here. He's not really using any kind of final animations or anything yet, and this is a placeholder sprite, so I'm going to replace that today. I'm going to leave that guy there so you can see what happens when he gets attacked. So he's going to move up 1 square and then hit him. So the feeling I wanted to get at these guys is they're sort of like velociraptors, so they're quite agile, they'll move quickly, move a long range, but they've only got sort of small claws or like jaws, like a dinosaur, so they can't attack over long distance, but they can use their agility to get near their targets. If I move out of the way, he's just going to move like that, and then he will attack me on the next turn. So he's got a one tile range attack. If I move out of the way, he still stays with attack and he misses. So that's a new behavior. I should probably maximize this so it's a little bit bigger and easier for you guys to see. Yeah, so that's that. Let's just race through this. So they move around the field quite quickly. The field state changes very rapidly as a result. And that makes them quite deadly and hard to get away from if they're going for you. Right now I only have the wandering type, which is the green ones. So green enemies just wander aimlessly, orange enemies will target the ball. Let's recruit a new player to replace the one we lost. And that does cost me stars though, so it's not good for scoring. Okay, I'm going to skip through to the next set of trials, and that would be... That's not the one we want, that's the old enemy type. Let's see. I put in some debug stuff here to allow enable and disable different enemy types. I've got a couple here that I was prototyping a while ago, but they're not quite finished yet, so I'm not enabling those. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the old enemy types, start a new game, and that will make sure we see the 2 new enemy types instead. Down here, so, okay. I've got a little debug list showing which trials you're going to encounter in this run. So the cucumber trials is what we want. These guys are kappas, so they're based on the Japanese folklore monster. So I need to work on this sprite. This is again placeholder. But yeah, they're these kind of. They're actually the wrong way around. Let's quickly fix that. Kappa. Actually, let's not worry about that right now. So yeah, they're kind of like these turtle frog kind of creatures with a trident spear. They move 1 tile at a time, like most enemies, but they can attack 2 tiles at a time. So if I put one guy here, I see this guy's going to end up on that tile in the next turn, and that means that he can attack even though he's not on an adjacent tile. So that's another new behavior. He'll stay where he is and he'll use his spear as a long range attack. So I'll show you that in action. If I wait there, stab. Now the sprite's all messed up, I'm going to work on that today, but that's the idea. And an interesting thing about these guys is even if you obstruct their attack by standing in its way, like this, they'll still attack both tiles. So their attack is a range of 2 tiles no matter what. It'll always attack both tiles that they target. So if there's another enemy trying to attack you on this side, he would hit both of you. He would hit the player and the enemy. That can be good, that can be bad. It's up to you to kind of try and change the situation to your advantage. So I got wiped out there, but that's fine. Because we're not actually playing the game. Oh, that's why it's messed up there. It's because sprite's in the wrong place. So that's fine. Okay. So I'll come back and work on that in a bit. I think I'm going to start with. The raptor first. Work on his sprite first because it's going to be a little bit simpler. The kappa's kind of a little trickier because it's got this long spear and that offsets the anchor point for the sprite. That's why he kind of wobbled around all over the place. So the sprite size changes and I need to make sure the anchor's in the right place when he does that. Anyway, so like I said before, I'm using a sprite for my pixel art. It's very good, very lightweight, very simple, heavily geared towards making pixel art. It's pretty cheap as well, $20. You can get it on Steam. Highly recommend it. There's a trial version you can try. asprite.org. Yeah, so Dungeon Deathball. It's in early access on Steam, so you can play it right now. £6.19. Check it out. Wishlist it, please. If you played it already, give it a little review. Some Final Fantasy music. So my enemies, the way my animations work is pretty simple. I do a lot of squash and stretch on the actual object itself, which gives me kind of a bit more, mileage than I might normally get out of simple pixel art. They basically have 3 frames. They have an idle right here. They have a gear up to an attack, so like an anticipation, and then they have the attack itself. I can change that per enemy. It's not hard locked to that limit of frames, but that's the way I've set it up for my enemies so far. So they roughly fit in a 32 by 32 area, but again, it's not a hard limit. It's if I want to go larger than that, that's fine. They just overlap their neighbours a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a new sheet, a new image. I'm going to make the grid 32. I'm actually going to make it a little larger than that. Like that, so then I know I've got this kind of one grid space in the middle I can work with. And then I'm going to do all my animation in here so I can really kind of easily preview it with the animation window. And then I'm just going to copy it back into a sprite sheet and lay them all out before I bring them into Unity. So let's take a quick look at some velociraptors. If I can even spell it, crikey. So I want something that looks a little like a velociraptor, the kind of lizard, the sort of classic lizard style. Maybe not the feathery, more scientifically accurate version, but like a lizard man, lizard warrior type thing. I could give him some feathers actually. That might be quite an interesting twist on it. I wonder if there's Velociraptor warriors. If anyone's come up with any cool designs. That's kind of cool. I like the big colourful feathers. this is a little too kind of heavy compared to what I want. I quite like that. That's kind of cool. I like the posture. It's almost like a chocobo, like a lizard chocobo. But really it should be like a lightweight feel. That's quite cool. I like the silhouette. Yeah, that's nice actually. I do like that. I wonder if that would work in a tiny sprite like this. If I could get like maybe something like that. Maybe. I like the way it's got like all this detail down the bottom, like all the, you know, the hands and the feet are right down here. And like a real cluster of detail, and you got this really nice curve that comes right up here. It's quite a nice shape. Let's just put a background layer in there for now. Like a neutral grey. Maybe a little darker. Not bad actually, not bad shape. Maybe I could go with some interesting, what were the colours on here? Like, those colours are great, they really stand out. Some kind of pinky purple. They really contrast the green really nicely. Something kind of like this, perhaps. Maybe he's got like some quills along his. Oops, it's all on the wrong layer. Go back on that layer. Let's lock that background layer. I do like the talons on this. It looks super sturdy, but then I guess that one should look sturdy because it's a mount. It's something with ride. It's crazy that velociraptors are actually like half the size, well, a third of the size of the Jurassic Park, you know, the design in Jurassic Park that everybody knows now. Jurassic Park has a lot to answer for. They took a lot of liberties with the actual, you know, what the dinosaurs were actually like. So for its mouth, I think I kind of want something that's a bit more T-Rex-y, like a big chompy head, because I'm thinking its arms are going to be like, oops, its arms are actually going to be pretty small and useless. So like the arms won't be used for an attack, you know. It's going to be more like a big strong jaw. That's why I call them Snaptor as a name, because it's. I think I want them to like bite as their attack. So maybe I make the head a little more. A little more chompy. There we go, that's more like it. I'm actually going to turn on the preview down here. Then I can zoom in here and this preview will stay the same. It's quite a handy little feature in Sprite. I'm thinking I could actually do a lot of the detail here with the green of the upper jaw, perhaps. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe some white teeth would be more effective. Something like that. That kind of works. And then I'd quite like him to have like a really beady little eye. Could do derpy if it's over there. Where is it on an actual? Where is it on the Jurassic Park one? It's like way back here. I really like that kind of, like these tiny piercing little eyes that the T-Rex has. Like you feel like really intimidated when it's staring at you like that. It's kind of got those ridges over it, doesn't it? Maybe something more like that. Not bad. Not bad. How does that fit in our... Yeah, that's quite a good fit in the box as well. The music I'm listening to right now is Plume Valley, which is an album by Windows 96, and it's new music, but it's using like SNES sound fonts. So it's got this really nice kind of chilled out SNES feel to it. Very cool. You can get it on Spotify and Bandcamp and YouTube. Plume Valley by Windows 96. Let's see how this looks with the outline. Oh, we've got some unwanted pixels there. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool then. One thing I like to do is just erase the pixels down here, so it kind of has this feeling of being like grounded a little more, you know? Like that. I quite like that. Let's chuck that in. Oops. Let's chuck that in there. Try it in the engine. So this is just the sprite editor in Unity. I can just change like, you know, which part of the image the sprite is using. So I'll clean this up a little more in a sec. It's not quite finished, but let's try it. Check my list. Cool. So it's coming in at trial 2, so I need to skip a few stages there. It's the default animation. It's the wrong way around, isn't it? I'm so used to making my enemies face that way. I changed the code so that they the way they face is now controlling code instead of in animation, and it means they need to all be facing the other way. There we go. I think that looks quite cool, personally. They're quite distinct, like those purple bits. Let's get in their way and see an attack in action. And then we'll put the proper attack animation. Yeah, I think that's alright. Let's just clean that up a bit. Well, let's first of all let's flip it because I did it the wrong way around. Do our work in here and then come back to the other one. So, maybe they should have claws like this. I kind of like them just being quite simple. You know, keeps the focus on the face, which is where the attack's going to happen. That looks a little meaner. There we go. That's nice. That's nice. I love when lizards have it, like their jawline comes way back up there. A lot of the time with pixel art, you know, I don't really know how stuff's going to look. Nah, it's not. I just try stuff out and then I like undo it all. Contrast works there, I'm not too sure. What if it's like that way around instead? I think I prefer like that. Okay. I'm gonna erase the outline for now. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I prefer to like work without the outline and then just generate the outline when I'm done. Otherwise, you're trying to like, you know, rearrange the outline constantly. I'm wondering whether those feathery kind of finny parts should be a little thicker. They're not really the focus though, so I don't want to make them too strong. And I think I want that tail to be a little kind of thinner and more kind of sickle-like, I guess. It's got more like a nice curve to it. That 1 pixel there, it's bringing it too close to the head, so I think that works better. Yeah, that's good. And then what I could even do is maybe get like a bit of the dark green coming in here. Maybe. I think you still need to light on the top like that. Maybe not. That works, I think. Maybe he's got like these. Maybe these things kind of come all the way down, you know? All up his back, maybe. Yeah, I don't know about that. Nah, I think it's just cleaner without that. Although I do like a couple. That works. Now what I wanted to do here was, I'm actually gonna save this. Let's say art source. I'm gonna save this as an A-sprite file so I can come back to it if I need to. I'm working on an unsaved file and that just makes me very anxious. I hate not saving stuff constantly. So I don't really want to put too much detail into these arms, like they're not really a focal point. I wonder if you should get a little bit of shading under here maybe. I can come back and add that later. What I do want to do is add like an outline and then maybe a little bit of a black outline here, and then kind of add the back claw like this, you know, so you get a bit of separation. And then I'll probably do the same right here. Maybe that's even black. Maybe not, because you won't really see that when it's... Oops. You won't really see that when the outline's added, I think. But what I should probably do is make this a light green. And then perhaps I could use a dark for its talons. Or just to get a bit of a sense of sort of some toe shapes maybe. Do I have talons? I'm not sure I do. Maybe. Let's try that with an outline to see how it looks. Kind of cool, quite like that. Yeah, pretty happy with that. Might just fill that in to keep it clean. In fact, if I make it black in the first place, then it'll always be filled. Maybe I can really accentuate it like that. Let's try putting this in the engine. Very quick. Quick update. Although we're going to lose the top pixel because I changed the height of it. I think that works. Still a bit more polish to do, but it's looking okay. Nice silhouette, very different. It's got the purple which makes it stand out. Okay, I think I'll be back in just a moment. I'm back. I hope the audio is okay. I'm using just my little webcam microphone, and it's not the best. It's not really, designed for streaming or anything, but That's all I got right now. My headset is Bluetooth, but my PC doesn't have a Bluetooth receiver, so I can't actually use it for talking and listening at the same time. I have to choose one or the other. So I'm using that instead. I'm going to buy a Bluetooth dongle, so if anyone has any recommendations for a good Bluetooth dongle that I can use with a Sennheiser headset, please let me know. I am all ears. Literally. Let's make his claws a bit more gnarly. It's a bit too gnarly. That's fine as it is. It's gnarly enough. I need to dial back the gnarl. So how do I do like internal outlines on my other stuff? I still use quite a lot of black. Maybe too much, some might say. Let's take a look at some of my other characters. Yeah, I use tons of black even on my kind of internal lines. Like all in these areas, you know. So maybe I'll. Although that's kind of cool without. Maybe I don't need to use that much black. Trying to create like more of a separation there. Like the way I had it before, like this. It's just like one pixel here looks a bit weird. I filled it in and then I just went overboard, but I think I actually like more of a clear separation like that. I'm tempted to fill in that as well. Maybe not. I don't know what I'm doing. I just try things and sometimes they look alright. Quite like that though. A little more pink in there. That's working for me. Oh wait. Yeah. That's working for me. Maybe this is a little bit. needs a little more shading here. Okay. Yeah. Alright, so that's our basic spray. How long have we been going? Nearly an hour. Okay. Let's get some animation done. So that's our background. Raptor. So now we're going to go into animation. So in A-Sprite I can duplicate linked cells for the background, and that leaves that one empty. So animation right here is just like a sequence of frames. If I hit enter, it will just play between them. Obviously there's no animation right now, it's just alternating between these two frames, but I can certainly add some. So as we saw before, my animation is basically my attack animation is basically 3 frames. Idle, and a warm up, and then an attack. I think for the Raptor I probably need an extra frame on that because it needs to go from idle, it needs to kind of pull back, then it needs to lunge forward with its mouth open, and then snap its mouth closed, and then back to idle. So that'll be 4. That'll be 4 images. So I think I'm going to actually do that a little differently for this enemy. So let's see. So for this one, it's going to pull back. What I'm going to do, get rid of the outline again, because I prefer working without that. So I'll probably just erase all these internal details. And I'll come back and kind of add them in again later. I just want to work with the simple shapes really right now. So this is the pull back, so it's going to go, I think I want to pull back like his head's up here before, and I'm going to pull back low and then come back up high. So it's going to go down almost into like almost like a crouch. Maybe this leg here is going to come right back to be back here. Let's just grab all these pixels, pull them right in like that. Tell you what, I should have moved that left leg first. That would make more sense. I'm just being a little messy with it here. So let's move this whole head down. I'm not sure how this is going to look, but I'll just try it and then tidy up later. Tell you what though, I'm actually going to move that onto a new layer. Pull up the head. I need to think about what it's actually going to do here. I think the head's going to come right down, but the tail's going to go like up and over. Or is it going to go back? No, it's going to go up and over. Up and over to counterbalance the head. And I really want to erase the detail there and I can add that back in. I really want to like pull these up a bit as well. I'll tell you what, that whole head needs to open. Now, rotating stuff in pixel art like kind of screws it up, you know, it just gets garbled. So this definitely won't be permanent, but I like to use it just to get like a rough idea of like the new shape. What's up in there? Where's that tail got messed up on that one? What have I done? Screwed up my tail. They're not linked, are they? No. Doesn't look like it's changing all that much, but I think it is. If I add the outline. Yeah, it is. This tail's gonna have to come way back. Sorry, the leg. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky motion. Maybe I should have got the motion figured out first. Alright, let's get rid of that again. Let's get the head open, shall we? Tell you what, I need to put that back in there. Working with two layers is just confusing me. Just keep working on the wrong layer. So here it's going to come like right down. And we're going to get like a nice big black cavity where the mouth is open. that. Yes. And we had the outline that's going to look even more solid. It's kind of hard to tell, like, when you're flipping between outline and no outline, you really don't get a sense of like how the shape is moving because bits just kind of change colour. Let's keep the head just the same rotation instead of messing around with the rotation like I did before. Next thing to go in needs to be the arms, I think. Now I'm wondering if these arms are a little too high. In the first place, you know, like maybe down here is kind of cool. Like when I go back to that I'm going to search Velociraptor Warrior, that one image I found here, like everything's like way down low, there's a longer neck. Yeah, I think that's kind of cool. He's got purple ones. No. So the arms here kind of want to be like here. Like really pulled back. Kind of like that, I guess. Something a little like that. Okay, let's try that with the outline. Erase this part. Kind of like that, I guess. Not sure what's going on up here. It's a little messy. Yeah, this is really messy there. Also, there's no change in the shape around like these pixels here. Like, you kind of want every pixel to move in the outline when you have some that don't move at all. So like this whole line here, just when I flip between the two, they stay exactly the same, like all these pixels here, and this here too. So, oh, that third one, let's delete the third one for now because it's just giving us It's making me confused about which one we're looking at. Let's make that nice and dark. So which ones do we want to change? So what I'd probably do is I bring like a lot more black in here as that goes back. And it arches up a lot more. It's almost like the tail changes shape. If it gets thicker, I'm not really too sure why that happens. I guess that's just an artifact of me rotating it. We're only going to see this for like a second before we go on to the next one, which is not too bad. But I think what we want to do here is, boom. Does this want to come down maybe? And this wants to come out. Yeah, that kind of makes more sense to me. And then I'll probably just redo that outline again. I use the Ace Bright's outline tool, which is just Shift and O. Do that a couple of times using this the circle algorithm, and then I just clean off those bottom pixels on like the parts that touch the ground, and then it gives it more of a nice clean edge. We kind of lose these dots here for some reason. Let's put them back in. Some form or another. Okay, I think that's working. Maybe I bring this down and back a little. Or do I want them to be more upright? I kind of like how on this frame there's like that one pixel almost makes it look a bit creased, like kind of a ridged effect, you know, like it's got a ridged back. So I might actually, that wasn't intentional the first time around, but I like it, so I think I'm going to put it back in. Like now he really, he kind of folds up, you know, on his back, gets all like squashed up and wrinkly. I wonder if I can really pull these up as well. Like show more of the fangs here. That could be pretty cool. Like, you know, he's like really like baring his fangs more. More threatening. Doesn't actually look so good with like the long teeth. It kind of looks a bit goofy. No, that's kind of cool. Looks pretty menacing, right? What if his eye gets really big? What if he has a red eye? Nah. I kind of like that it's light, like a light yellow. Looks a bit more animal. Red eyes is sort of like a cliche demonic thing, I think, and I tend to go more with like animalistic colours. You know, when you see a light reflecting off an animal's eyes, it's more white and yellow. Just got like these piercing dots in the dark. Tell you what, this pixel doesn't actually move. Let's adjust that. Okay. That's cool. Just move all these over a little. Yes, yes, yes. This as well. Let's push it further, see how far it'll go. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna actually redo that outline one more time. So, you're probably sick of seeing me redo that outline, but I keep changing the silhouette like a fool. Go back to black, redo the outline, Shift O for anyone who missed that before. Erase these parts, oops. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's for the warm-up. So that's like this equivalent here. Then we'll go to the, oops, we'll go for the strike. Yeah, that's cool. So the tail comes up, head goes down. And then what we're gonna do next is, so we're gonna start here, comes down, open, and then he's going to like lunge forward with his mouth open, and then he's going to chomp. So I'll probably go back and copy that first frame for this, because then we've got things a little more in the right place again. Let's see, what music are we on now? I'm listening to 3 hours of relaxing Super Nintendo music. This is a very nice chill song from Tetris Attack. I've never played Tetris Attack, it sounds quite intense. So it's quite surprising that there's this nice chill music. When's the last time you had a Tetris Attack? It's a very personal question. Okay, so just as a really quick mock-up, let's go. So it's going to be kind of like, it's going to go from this. Wow. A really quick mock-up, okay. Don't judge me. Jeez. I don't know if this is even going to demonstrate what I'm trying to do. Okay, let's deal with the mock-up. It's just looking bad. I was trying to do it too hastily. Anyway, he's gonna go. So his head's gonna be forwards and maybe a little higher from where it started off. So again, I'm gonna remove the outline because I prefer to work without it. And I'm gonna, I'll probably take the head from this one. Because that's a little closer to what I want to end up with. Paste that in. So I'm checking it against. So we come from back here to forwards, and then I want to make sure that it's going to come back to idle with a significant change as well, which it looks like it will. Let's just again get rid of that. I may play with that head again a little before finalizing it, but let's just get that in for now as a placeholder. So that's where it goes with that. I think I want to bring the feet not forward, but like up a little more. And that arm again can just like, I'll just get rid of it for now because it's just like a little foreground arm. It's not even going to do anything, you know. It's got these puny little arms, which trying to account for them is just going to distract me from like the main shape of the motion. So I'm just going to get rid of them for now. So this is like the lunge. So it starts from here, goes down, and then snaps forward, and then his mouth's going to slam shut on the next frame. Now, what I think I want to do with the tail is probably bring the tail back around, so the tail almost comes like right around to here, and it really like swings, you know, puts his tail into the motion as well. You know what I really should do is turn on onion skinning. That would help a lot. And I don't want... How do you do... How do you change which frames onion skin shows? What's this, chrono trigger? Yeah, chrono trigger, I know it. Where am I? So I want to keep my onion skinning really light. What I'm trying to do here is just find out how to show only like the frame before rather than the frame end after. I'm sure there's a way. Preferences, timeline. Let's Google that quick. You can specify how many previous and next frames you want to see. But does it just give you the same value for both? Do I just drag this in? Oh, okay, there we go. So you can just drag that handle there. That's not super obvious, but there we go. Okay, so now what I wanted to do was only see the onion skin from the previous frame and not from the next frame, because I just find that super distracting. It's too much noise to try and work out what I'm looking at. So I think what I'm going to do here is grab that tail. I'm going to erase this tail here. And I'm going to paste it in and flip it. Whoa, what happened there? What happened there? What's happened? Everything's gone weird. Select brush bounds. Oh, I've gone into like a brush mode. I was creating a brush, I think. I didn't want to do that. Okay, let's try that again. So, Control V, Shift H. And then let's get rid of the outline again. Let's move that up a bit as well, I think. I need to look at some more velociraptors. They have like, they're pretty straight back and the tail kind of goes down, doesn't it? They got like a little bit of an arch on the back. It's almost more up here. So that should be down. Probably more like, I'm actually gonna erase a lot of those just for now. just got like way bulkier. Yeah, not too bad. No, it's pretty bulky to begin with. Maybe just slightly too far forwards now. Maybe his head to be lower as well. So when it comes back, it comes up. Okay, that's kind of cool. I didn't recognize this music until the Zelda theme kicked in. The main theme. It's a little easier to see the shape when you have the background transparent. Definitely going to change that face a little so it's more like possibly even a twist of the head. So kind of so it comes forward and then like twists like that, so you see more of the underside, like the bottom of his head. So let's do that. Let's do that now. That's going to come up. Those are going to get shorter again. Oops. Ah yes, music from Equinox. I bang on about this all the time, I love it. It's such a great soundtrack. It's got this like really ambient feel, like eerie. These weird sounds come and go. So hopefully this kind of makes sense what I'm trying to do here. Now, I wanted to sort of like twist, you know. I want it to look like it's twisting a little. Possibly even like opening wider as well. Let's pull this down. that black's coming from here. Where did I add that? Oh, that was like the jaw there. I'm probably just going to make that green here because it's... I wanted to get like more of a separation of the jaw there, but now it's like blending in. Let's go a bit even wider. I don't know about this, but let's try it. We can always tidy it up once we've got it in. To separate so that when I pull this down, it doesn't get too lost there. Working. And we'll do a chomp on the next frame, remember? So I'll probably now pull all these spiny, feathery bits back in onto that tail. Obviously flipped around again. Adjusted. Maybe they'll kind of stand on end a little more as well. Pull that up. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a couple more. Try that with the outline really quick. Yeah, looking quite cool. Tail flick, I think that really sells the motion, I think, a lot more. And now his hands. So I'll probably go up until we get this in engine, and then I'll stop streaming. But I may do a little more again later today, or maybe tomorrow. I plan to put more enemies into Dungeon Deathball, so I'll have more pixel art to do. So hopefully do more of these streams. I was finding it really difficult to stream coding because it's quite a complicated code base, you know. I just felt like it wasn't good viewing for anyone watching. say this is good viewing, who knows? Let's get some of those ridges back in. What's this? Evo search for Eden. Wait, is that the dinosaur game? Or like we play through Evolution or something? Yeah, it's this one. You like go through loads of different evolutions of animals. It's like a RPG thing. So I guess the dinosaur's quite fitting right now. Okay, that's cool. Can always tidy that up a little. Don't really need to show the arm on that one. These ridges don't really work for me. Nah. So then, final one is going to be Chomp. If you just joined recently, I'm working on sprites for Dungeon Deathball, which is my turn-based tactical roguelike death sport. And it's on Steam Early Access, and it's also on itch. Go check it out. There's a link in the description of the video. You can buy it, or you can wishlist it, or if you really want, you can ignore it. Okay, so this thing is going to chomp. Probably top of the head. Top of the head comes down, I think, like a alligator. Maybe the bottom jaw comes up a little too. Again, gonna erase the outline, just makes it so much easier to work with. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna pull this down. Go back and pull in some of this original feather shape so it sticks back up again. What would be even better is if it really flicks forward, perhaps. So it's more like pops up like a Mohican or something. This track not so good. Maybe it goes the other way. Maybe it like really flings forward. What's this music? Star Fox, of course. You can tell from the sound font actually. Yeah, that's clearly sound Star Fox. All these kind of come forward slightly too. The outline. I have these pop-ups reminding me to take breaks and I just ignore them. It's really bad. Hey, look at that. I'm quite happy with that. Now if I was going to go all out, I'd maybe have another frame here where like it just holds that pose and things flip forward a bit, but I think I might leave it there and get this hooked up in engine. I wonder how this looks with a little bit of a tongue in there. I don't want to like interfere with the teeth too much. Maybe it's better just black. Okay, let's try getting those in then. So, I need to pull everything back into this spreadsheet. I'm going to keep my placeholder one in there just for nostalgia when I come back to look at these again. Alright, let's get rid of you. So, copy of the cell here. Try and copy and paste the frame, it just overwrites the current frame, which is not what you want. Something like that. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little larger, because if I end up putting in the aggressive variant, we're going to need the space. So the aggressive variant will be the orange version. is going to be adjusting the pivot point, which is, if I leave it as is, the pivot's going to be jumping around and the sprite will like just, you know, ping around all over the place. So the pivot should be fine there because it doesn't change width. On this one, I need to make sure the pivot's in the right place. So it's always got to be at the bottom. 0 on Y. What did I say now? Breath of Fire. Underwater theme, apparently. There's a little buffer in case I want to edit them up. So, if I look on here, so this might be an easy way to do it. The pivot right now is kind of in line with that there. So that's it's kind of here between these two pixels. So what actually maybe that's a good way of doing it. I've never tried this before, but if I just draw the pivot point in on the new layer. And I can just link that across all cells. And I can kind of make sure it stays in the same place. So on this one, it's just go over to there, 26. And then on this one, it's in line with that black pixel there. So I'm just going to change that. Oh, 26 again, of course. So the pivot should now be in the right place on all frames, based on, you know, relative to the monster. Scene, drop in my enemy prefab. I need to make an animation override. Just going to be back in just a moment. On here, leave it playing so you can see. hope you can all hear me. Alright, so this step here is... what's this? Final Fantasy VI. I recognise that. Nash theme, right? The Mines of Nash. So, need to make a new animator override. So an animator override is basically, animator override controller. You can basically inherit animation controllers and replace specific animations, which is really useful if like all my enemies need the same set of animations, so like an idle, an attack, a movement, all that kind of stuff. But I can just give them specific animations for each enemy type if I want to override them for certain stuff. So I'm going to create a raptor attack animation. My attack animations are looping. Shouldn't be, but it's fine really. I'm going to really quickly turn that off. So the raptor override wants to use the raptor attack animation, which I just duplicated from the Kappa's attack. And then I can actually go into my scene with the enemy. Let's bring my animation tab over. I have everything on like a dual screen setup, so I should probably fix that for streaming. So just from this instance of the prefab, I'm going to put in the raptor override, and that means that it should have the raptor attack animation, which it does. So I'm going to play that. Where is the sprite? Here we go. So that's what I expect to see, because I've left it with the Kappa sprites, so I'll need to swap those sprites out now. So, you know, I just realised the Kappa's got a flip in there, which we don't want. Fix that as well, because the flip's all controlled in code. Okay, nearly done. So the sprite it uses is going to be start on that one. Go there. So we've still got the squash and stretch from the other characters, which is fine. And yeah, it's sometimes really awkward seeing what's going on there. It doesn't actually show you the keyframes. That's super annoying. Like when you expand that, it doesn't show you where the keyframe is anymore. Where are we? So that's the one we want there. There we go. So this is going to come back. And then on that. Lunge forward. there, that's where we go to that one. At the end we'll come back to idle, but let's try the snap about there. Maybe I'll put another little bounce in there. So it kind of bounces twice. Oh, did that copy? I think that copied everything. Let's try that. Ah, I copied the wrong one, that's why. There we go. Okay, I'm going to remove that and I'm going to push those later. So I'm going to go, chop, chop, chop. Just going to copy that end frame out so we see it, so it doesn't loop so quickly. Yeah, we don't spend long enough on we didn't spend long enough on that. I wonder how much wriggle room I've got in my attack setups. Take time. I don't really want to make the attack longer. I want to fit it all within that 1 second window. So I guess that means I need to basically bring everything back so that happens at half a second. Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Let's just hide that. recording that. Tried to just hide an object, but you know what I just noticed? That one pixel there makes him look like he's got like a square chest. That's crazy. One pixel makes such a difference. Let's just fix that. Also loses that black outline here. I forgot to put that back in. So now I'm working on like 2 copies of the same file, which is not ideal, but they're just tiny little tweaks. So, okay, there we go. Maybe he wants. More of that going on. Maybe more of that going on. I'm quite happy with that. Now, save project. If I go to my config for my enemy, so these are scriptable objects, which are very useful in Unity. And I can set his override controller to be the raptor one. And now he'll use that animation set. Now, let's play the game. Make sure I set it to use... and make sure raptors come up. Okay, let's get the sound on this. Alright. Skip to find this guy. The sound probably needs to change. It needs more of like a raw. Goes. So I don't generally do wait, is my feedback facing the way? No. That's weird. I don't generally do like step animations. It used to be instantaneous, but I changed it recently. There's a little bit of alert going on. Yeah. Let's move there and there. Right, let's see him from both angles. Here we go. Nice. that. I'm gonna try again from the other side. I'm just skipping through levels here, using some cheats I built in. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So I push them and they actually attack the huh. They didn't, what happened there? Oh, was it another, oh okay, it was another snapter. I thought it was a mad lad. Alright, yeah, I'm very happy with that actually. Sorry Jonah, sorry Holly. You were both guinea pigs in my brutal art test. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me. If you like what you see, please check out Dungeon Deathball on Steam. It's in early access. You can buy it right now. It's only £6. It's like $7 or $8. About $6.19 thereabouts. If you don't want to commit to buying it yet in early access, you can stick it on your wish list and you'll get notified when it leaves early access. Yeah, more enemies to be added soon. I will put this update out this week, hopefully. I'll do the other enemy and then the graphics for the other enemy, and then I'll upload the new build and you can try it out. Yeah, please subscribe on YouTube. Turn on notifications if you want to see me going live again, if you want notifications for that. If you want to support my work, you can check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/mattglanville. On mattglanville.com there is a little link somewhere on YouTube. That's my website where you can find all my stuff, links to everything, links to all my games. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much for joining and see you next time. Bye.